Welcome, welcome, welcome. The first game stream on the YouTube channel. We're gonna see what Disco Elysium is talking about. Hopefully. Yeah, next to no sound. What is this? Alright, at least the game starts off quiet and we gotta move it up. Right? Like, we don't like the games. Alright, guys. So, this is Disco Elysium. Right? I know almost like nothing about this game at all other than the fact that it's like it's got D&D-esque influences to it. We're just gonna have to see what's up. Thought cabinet, character sheet. Ooh. Select archetype. Let's see what create your own looks like here. So this seems like an even split, but I don't know that even splits are good in games like this. Usually, you want to pick something and lean into it. Terrible strength. I don't know. I don't know that this is a good split, right? Like I want to bet, like intellect, obviously a big thing, right? When it comes to like text things like this, I usually tend to do like more charismatic, more. You know, more mental characters than physical. Let's see. Let's take a look at the electrochemistry, endurance, half-light, pain threshold, shivers. Your capacity to reason. Logic, encyclopedia, rhetoric, which is like drama, conceptualization, visual calculus. Volition, inland empire, empathy, authority, suggestion. Okay, we're definitely gonna do a create your own. Next, here we go. Oh, okay. Oh god, I wish I knew more about what these things were. Juice the world. Call upon all your knowledge, produce fascinating trivia. Reconstruct crime scenes. Make laws of physics work for the law. Lie and detect lies. We'll go with visual calculus just because. In the mirror, it is their address. I guess we are beginning, huh?
There is nothing. Only warm primordial blackness. Your conscious ferments in it. No larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to do anything anymore. Ever. Never, ever. An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it. An awareness creeps up on you. A mass lies hidden in your dead angle,
soaking in some lurid acidic sauce. It's bloated and shameful. A ball of meat surrounding you. This is a terrible line of questioning, and it will only lead to more awareness of the meat thing.
Ex-love, ex-tenderness. It is foolish of you to resurface to the loss. Not after all the damage you've suffered to get here. Some of it irreversible. Stay. Sail with me through the abyssopelagic zone. Do you really?
So what the response I gave was no, I want to get off now. I like pain and burning light and wanting things from people who don't want to give them to me. I do. Let me be.
You wouldn't like
This
it
is
if I
it's
told
a
you what
parable
was
for
back
just
there.
life.
Why'd you think you had to bludgeon yourself into oblivion?
I figured it was
Or
something like
did
that.
you not sense yourself marinating? Poured so much on yourself. Got a bit carried away, did we, Chef?
It's okay.
Fear and apprehension. You should ask what's out there first.
Yes, your one disco mother. There's this giant ball there. An evil apes. And the evil apes are juking it out on the ball. You're one of them. It's basically, you can't even make out it's a ball when you're juking it out. It's that large. Infinitesimally small. Vying for resources. It's just a stupid expression you picked up somewhere. The part of the presentation you want to take home with you is... Yes, it is. And you drowned. You lost.
The sound outside, you recognize it. It's a Caprice Canena motor carriage.
All right.
You hear a jingle. Keys are clinking in the pocket of your flare-cut pants. It says, whirling in rags, on the aluminium keyring. There is a single key on the ring. The number 1 is etched on it. It should open the door.
No, what the fuck am I, dude?
A mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. In a fierce discharge of masculine energy, someone has ripped half the faucet off. Was this not the same Elo that founds empires and lays waste to cities, virile, uncaring towards the little things? Probably not, no.
Okay. Ilan? Is this not the same Ilan that founds empires and lays waste to cities? Probably not. No.
Hot water sprays from the faucet's base, and steam covers the mirror. Suddenly, you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there, underneath the soft vapor. As you slowly reach your hand towards the surface of the mirror. Abort. You clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you see there, and you will never unbecome it. Yeah, there is definitely something wrong with it.
Well, okay,
Where
what's
to
wrong?
even begin? There is the bloatedness, then the swollenness. It's like there's an upholstery of alcohol underneath your skin. Bet you are. Your nose feels like a small balloon in the middle of your face. It hurts when you honk it. It doesn't appear to be a particularly tiny nose either. Not with all the drinks it's absorbed for you. Bet you are. It's not. It's swollen and snail-like, wriggling between your fingers. Behold. You have no idea who this thing is, do you?
This is the face of a late-stage alcoholic.
Too late. You clearly have rigor mortis on your face. Or wait, is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face? Why? Please stop. It's horrible. You're scaring yourself. Oh my God. You can't stop. It's like it's not even voluntary anymore. You have worn that grin into your face and now it won't come off. What does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey? You are correct. Like the rest of you, it comes from a bad place somewhere in the past. That's all you know for now. It's too late. Like an image on film. The expression belongs. This fan has two chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A truly horrific necktie as somehow, or has it been consigned there as punishment? You feel as though this creature is your friend and wants to reattach itself to your neck so that you may continue your adventures together in this strange world. The blades come squeaking to a halt. It should be easier to reach the tie now. You reach out to grab the tie, but what's this? Diffuse, radiating chest pain. Doom comes over you.
What?
You feel something in your chest, an unnatural pressure. It's
We're having a
spreading to
heart
your left
attack?
arm, your jaw.
We're having a heart attack all fucking ready?
Yeah, screaming isn't happening on account of extreme shortness of breath. There's no shame in surrendering now. We all do. It gets so dark. Cop suffers final heart attack. A detective lieutenant of the RCM passed away yesterday. His death, though abrupt.
What? tell me what I did wrong? Okay, I don't...
There is nothing ever, never, never, ever, ever, but an inordinate amount of time passes.
An awareness creeps up.
Ex-love. Do you really?
You wouldn't like.
Fear and apprehension. You should ask what's out there first.
Yes. You're one disc. There's this giant ball there. You can't even make infinite. Vying for resources.
Somewhere in the... Like a fly to the ointment. Your conscience sticks to it.
You can take it. You're a champion.
The stench of liquor rises from your mouth, and with it, a fiery streak penetrates your skull.
Somehow, you know what it is. You hear a jingle. It says, whirl.
Hello, officer.
March.
The young woman raises a cigarette to her lips. A silver jumpsuit falls off her like scale armor, sparkling. This is the sparkle of too many nights out on the city.
No.
There's only one solution to this. You're a businessman.
Because you're a police officer, sir. I am, yes. Unless you've been feeding us a set of very well-rehearsed lies all this time. You've been here for 3 days. on official police business. Couldn't say.
You have no doubt about the drinking. But do you strike yourself as a tight-lipped drunk? She must have heard something.
Don't be so harsh on yourself.
A glib remark. Don't let it stand. Assert yourself. Retreat is not a winning tactic.
Could it be because of the drinking?
She nods.
There's a mercenary out back. He's been hanged. The body has been there for a week now. The locals probably got tired of it and called the cops.
So we obviously have amnesia, and apparently we bludgeoned ourselves over the head with something. So we don't remember shit. Okay.
I didn't mean to overwhelm you with information. You seem a bit lost, officer.
Because I am. I don't want to. No, I'm good.
Of course. Be careful, officer. They don't like the police around here.
Heard that.
She looks back at you.
Goodbye.
Can I have it? No, I don't want it. We don't smoke cigarettes. See what we got going on over here. Okay, we got a little bit of money. 40 cents, let's get it. Or 40% of one numerical denomination. The music in this game is incredible so far.
You should totally sing karaoke here, the first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know your vast, oceanic soul. Utterly. And it needs to be heard through a PA system by other people. You have not yet stumbled on the right lamentation, but it's out there. It'll come to you. You will wreak havoc with it. Don't worry. Serves them right. What? You have to find something tragic to sing first, though.
Okay. New task, sing karaoke. Talk to this barkeep.
A man in his late 20s stands behind the counter, inspecting a stuffed seabird. That was disdain in his eyes. Even now he's purposely ignoring you.
Okay.
Oh no, you're a hero. A real hero cop.
Could the massive property damage upstairs have anything to do with this?
am I? Or did you ride in, take the body down, solve the murder, and not trash my hostel room?
Did you ride in, take the body down, solve the murder, and not trash the hostel room?
You're right, you didn't, and it's only
Yeah.
taken you 3 days not to.
What have I been doing all that time? Have you seen me
No,
around?
I haven't seen you around. I'm not always here.
A
What's up with
competent
the bird?
work of taxidermy. The white and brown seabird lies among piles of coasters and drying mugs.
I'm done
One of
on
its
Twitch
wings
for right
broken.
now.
The man is trying to mend it.
At least on YouTube it saves videos and people look for videos on YouTube and not on Twitch. So I can be lazier about it, so on and so forth. I'm not making any money from Twitch anyway. When we start back on D&D, it'll be this.
Looks like the bird was ripped off the shield that was used to mount it. Most likely, this is the Great Skua. The seabird is the symbol for the discovery of the Insulindian Isola, the part of the world you are in right now.
Cool. So what I've gathered so far from this is that we have amnesia, and all the little quirks and qualities from the fucking thing, the character creation at the beginning of the game,
Something
actually have
about
their
it
own
makes you feel
voices.
bitter.
Look, your buddy is over there. Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
He pretends not to hear you, concentrating on the bird.
Okay. Hold on.
Hello, sweetie.
The cryptozoologist? What?
You shouldn't keep your colleague waiting.
A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor.
Kim Kitsuragi.
Looks like he's waiting for someone. You. As you approach, he narrows his eyes and extends his hand in greeting. If an assault were launched on this building right now, if the windows came crashing down and the whole world descended upon you, this man would hurl himself in death's way to save you. You
Oh.
are sure of this, but why? He is your half-brother.
Hello,
Awesome.
I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 41st.
You realize he is waiting for your name. This is your chance to come up with a really good name for yourself. Get creative. Conceptualize.
Okay, let's do a conceptualization.
Concentration makes you squint your eyes. Your name should be deep gold and orange, like a forest fire looming on the horizon, but mixed with the stench of liquor rising from your breath. You're 2 steps closer to it, but there are still many to go.
Okay then.
It's not yet time.
It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here?
What he means is, he has been trying to meet up with you for 2 days, but you have been otherwise occupied.
Then we should
No,
ask him
I
for a
haven't.
rundown of the area. Get me up to speed. I understand the scene is out back, right? It also wouldn't hurt to assure
should
him
have
the
asked
police
if
are
he's the
finally
barkeep.
here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews?
I'm aware I'm a policeman.
Okay,
I'm just not gonna
we'll
lie
have
to
time
this
for
dude.
that after we take a look at the coroner's case.
Okay.
Have you removed the dead body from the tree?
Nope.
So, the body is still in the tree.
This is the
Yep.
first time you detect a weariness in the lieutenant's voice. It is obvious he would have preferred for the body to no longer be in the tree.
Thanks.
Where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner.
Let's get going then. Oh, just play it cool, man. Just play it straight. It has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we're done. Let's get going.
After you, officer.
If you're about to embark
Okay.
on an investigation, shouldn't you have a badge?
You mean you don't have a badge?
Wasn't on
Losing
the
your
whole time.
identification card is a serious matter. My vehicle has a shortwave. You can use it to report your badge missing. I advise you to try to locate it as quickly as possible, but getting the body down should still take precedence.
Lieutenant
Okay.
Kitsuragi is now in your party. You can talk to him whenever by interacting with him.
Hello, sweetie.
Her eyes move up and down your person as though taking your measurements. Her attention is scientific.
Why, you are, officer. And have you found anyone to be sweet to? You rascal. I'm too old for you, and too married besides.
Your advances haven't thrown her off one bit. In another place and time,
You must forgive me. I'm getting so scatterbrained. I completely forgot to introduce myself. I'm Lena. My
Don't slap
husband
yourself in the
Morel and I
forehead,
are
lady.
staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but I come here for tea when they're away.
this Lena is wacky enough for the motley crew. Hire her on the spot.
How'd you like to roll with me? Whew.
Of course, dear. Good luck with your cake.
We'll see. I'm not hiring anybody to anything.
man with the unimpressive beard notices you approaching. He drops the ledger.
Mr. Gart, right? You run this place.
Yes.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41...
So what does it say half-brother for? Look nothing alike.
Are you kidding me?
Right. Now, I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene.
I can't
It
help
also
it,
took you a
man.
while to call us and
Oh,
report the
it's
dead
just
body.
crazy
It
funny.
was you who placed the call, yes?
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you. She usually works the bar here. I'm only...
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
You said you just got here. From where? Are you a local?
What, of Martinez? No. I live in Jamrock. I only sometimes come here to keep an eye on the place. This is just one of the many, many cafeterias I manage.
But you still know your way around, yes? In case we need directions.
Yes, I know where some things are, but as I said, I don't live here. I just used to work here. And I'm not going to start working here again.
I didn't imply that. Detective,
He probably means this is where you step in and ask your questions. His face expresses profound doubt in your having this.
Alright, buddy.
Ask him about the body's location before asking if he killed him. People give up information in the more innocuous questions, which you can later use in the more sinister ones, not vice versa.
Behind this building, there's a courtyard. They hoisted him up on a tree there. That's
And how do we
easy.
get there?
See that door there? First you exit through that. Then, to your right, you should see a big hole in the fence. A really big one. You can get to the courtyard through there. No need for the keys. The hole is big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry to fit through.
Does he want you to
Okay.
feel guilty of making that hole? It's implied in his voice.
Why did
She
Sylvie
went
go
away because none of your business.
Have they not been telling you you're a cop?
Am I not a cop? Everything is my business.
Okay, you got me. She went away because of the dead body out back. And because I asked for her number. That's why Sylvie went away. I hope you appreciate that.
thank you.
Yep.
I asked an employee out. She didn't want to come, but felt obliged to. It was a bad idea.
Yeah, it was.
Now, what is so goddamn fascinating about that for you? It's got nothing to do with the lynching.
This stuff gets on my nerves. I'm a feminist. No. Yeah, dude is kind of a creep. Dude really is kind of a creep. So it's got nothing to do with the lynching. Everything has something to do
Good
with
for you.
everything.
Was there something else? I'd like to get back to what I was doing.
You the bartender?
No, I'm not the bart.
He's very animated all of a sudden. This is clearly a touchy subject for him.
Ooh. You look like a. You look like a bartender.
That period of my life is over. Not everyone who stands behind a counter is a bartender, okay? I'm the cafeteria manager.
What's the
I have
difference?
3 cafeterias I manage. 3. Get over it.
Alright then, who killed her?
I don't know who killed him. I'm not the police. That's your job.
Yeah, that's fair.
This is it. He said they hoisted him up on a tree. Who is this they, if he doesn't know?
That's right.
Oh, people are saying it was the union dock workers, that it was a lynching.
And who exactly is
The locals, the customers, the people who eat here, a lot of dock workers eat here. Sylvie told me everyone knows the dock workers did it.
Everyone knows the dock workers did it.
Did the debarders themselves tell her this, or is it a rumor?
I don't really know. You'll have to ask her.
The locals. Sylvie told him. Okay. Why
I would
the-
suppose it's because they have nothing better to do.
Okay, that's
You mean the
bullshit.
strike?
Yes, the strike. The man they hanged was a security guard for the harbour company, I hear. A mercenary. The unionistas probably thought they'd send a message.
The lieutenant turns the page in the little notebook he's been scribbling in.
This dude didn't.
Let's go.
He didn't do that. There's no reason to ask him. I just agitate him.
Not so fast. You owe me 130 real.
For fucking what? Slip away unnoticed. we're not doing that. What's real?
Oh, excuse me. You owe me 130 real.
The IIR, or Inter-Isolary Real, is the global reserve currency. Whatever part of the world you're in right now, it's safe to assume he means you owe him some money.
Okay, that's great. I've got 40 fucking cents.
Wow, you're a genius. Yes, that's right. Money. You owe this establishment 130 real.
You're under arrest. What exactly is money? What do I owe this place
Let's
for?
see. 3 nights at a tariff of 20 real comes to 60 real. Then there's the window you annihilated. The hole in the window was the first thing I saw when I came to work. So don't try to tell me you didn't. That will be 40 real in damages.
Okay, that's 100.
Another thing you've annihilated is half the bar. You've run a tab of 30 real. Actually more, but we'll round it down to 30 for your hard work maintaining the stability and order of Revachol. That's 60 plus 40 plus 30 equals 130 real. And yes, real is still money. What are you, a philosopher?
Since I woke up, I have trouble remembering even the most basic concepts.
Money
of
is what
reality.
grown-up people use to pay for things. Things like this hostel room or 8 bottles of potent
we
men
really know
and
absolutely
9 packs
nothing.
of Royal Extra. We use it for everything, really. Yes, it is. No, you see, that's 40 cents. Cents are a form of currency 100 times smaller than the real. I'm not even going to take this. Come back when you have 130 real.
Okay.
The cafeteria manager stands silently, looking at the coppers on the counter before him. Isn't it evil? The order of magnitude between what is asked of a person and what they have. There's a shuffle of nylon as Lieutenant Kitsuragi looks for something in the pocket. That's cop 4. I haven't offered to pay because I don't have any money either.
I'm sorry, but he has to pay. I can't let him stay here any longer if he doesn't. If he doesn't have the money by tonight, then...
Okay.
Officer, maybe you're better off working this from home for now. You live in Jamrock, right? It's not that far away.
I don't remember
Officer,
where my home is.
you really need to take this up with your station. I have a shortwave radio in my car. Call them, ask for assistance. We have to get this investigation started now.
Good luck.
By the way, where is home? The address is coming up blank, and this place but you've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? You had to be somewhere. You don't really know, do you? South, maybe. Doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay if you run out of money.
I live in a dumpster. I don't care. Fuck everything, hobo cop.
You can try. Run some addresses in your head when you get the time. Maybe a street or an apartment will appear.
Okay. Okay. So it's like 6 hours, 5 minutes. Okay.
The bed is cold and not particularly inviting.
The option to go to sleep becomes available every night after night.
A mirror hangs above a bed. Was this not the same Elon? Probably not. Hot water sprays from the faucet's base, and steam covers. Suddenly, you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there, underneath the soft vapor. As you slowly abort, you clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you see there, and you will never unbecome it.
Okay. Understood.
This fan has 2 chain pulls, or has it been consigned there as punishment? You feel as though this creature is your friend, and wants to reattach it. The blades come squeaking to a halt. It should be easier to reach the tie now. A terrible mistake. Turn the lights off immediately. You can practically feel the photons burning a hole in your brain. The lights are off. You swoop up and catch the tie.
Let's go.
Snap. It's released from the blade. Warning, warning. The necktie is no longer contained. What you have in your hand is a fantastically colorful tie with 4 or 5 different patterns. If it's your friend, why was it up there? Who ties their friend to a ceiling fan? An ominous, foreboding feeling fills you as you look at the tie.
Okay.
Yes?
No response. He's having trouble processing it, believing it even.
Have you tried concentrating on something other than your
There is a sudden, harsh edge to his voice, like he's tired of hearing about your personal affairs.
Focus on other people's troubles, not your own. That is a relief.
A moment passes. The lieutenant glances at the sports watch on his wrist.
What do you want to know? Maybe you can tell me what you do know, to help me narrow it down a bit. Then you are not that far behind, actually. Do you want me to brief you? 3 days ago, the RCM emergencies desk received a report about a security guard who was found hanged in Martinez. An anonymous caller said there was a dead body behind the Whirling in Rags hostel cafeteria. During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching.
Yeah, arrest him.
There is an ongoing labor
Just
dispute
arrest him is
between
an
the local
option.
dock workers and the logistics company Wild Pines. I was told we should approach the death as part of this dispute. A security guard or worker of some sort, hired by Wild Pines. This was just hearsay from Martinez, of course.
About
They
the
didn't
caller?
identify themselves in any way. The tone was muffled using a device of some sort. The desk could identify neither the caller's age nor sex. There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The dock workers' union is the de facto police in Martinez. Now it appears they've started executing too. We cannot allow that. That's us, the Revachol Citizens Militia.
Okay.
We're the police in this city.
The RCM, or the Revachol Citizen Militia, is the police force you and him are part of. A self-organized peace corps of the occupied city of Revachol. The RCM operates within a legal twilight, yet its authority is rarely questioned. It's super useful to know this.
Yeah, super useful to know that, for sure. Okay.
Just to be clear, we are police officers. It's our job to find the killer. That's
Thanks.
the case.
I got it.
Uncover and arrest the killer. No, it's not a particularly mysterious case.
Why
The
not?
deceased is a security guard for a corporation involved in a labor dispute.
Okay.
It doesn't take a DeLorean polymath to put the pieces together. I just don't see the case getting more mysterious than that.
Could it be okay.
I can assure nothing like that will happen. Do you know why not? Because it's not part of reality.
So desperately mundane. You need to funk this case up. There's something the lieutenant isn't seeing. The universe is too irrational, too morally complex. You should convince him.
If we're in different precincts, why are
I'm
we in the
afraid
same
you and
case?
I are pawns in a pissing competition.
His disdain is clear. This man would not use such an expression otherwise.
You don't know? I assumed you were in on it.
You know what I'm in on? Retrograde
Better still
amnesia.
than an imbecilic cop-off. It's just stupidity. We shouldn't waste any more time on it. If you want my take, later. Was there anything else you wanted to know about? Good.
No, let's go. A sexy dark mystery twist in the case.
Only banal things strike you. At the core, you're a very banal person with a very small soul. One you should be ashamed of. It's no wonder the soft one doesn't want it back. It was right to abandon you.
Okay, damn.
The door is closed. There is no answer. A tremendous loneliness comes over you. Everybody in the world is doing something without you. The door is closed.
Swallow that. What the fuck? Alright, let's just head up out of here. Okay. Report your badge. Okay. What? Damn, we suck. Okay.
The theme on that pinball machine is a standard royalist theme, used on everything from pinball cabinets to full-flavor cigarettes, clinging to a picture book version of the past century, waiting for the king to come back and cast out all the profiteers and homosexuals. Basically, imagine a yellow plastic crown with a liquor brand emblazoned on it. The sentiment is called anti-centennial nostalgia, pining for a time before the turn of the century. It's common even now.
Hello again, sweetie. Yes, officer.
Okay.
You look rather dazed. Like a stunned fox. But sure. Oh my. You know where we are, right? That's right. And where is the Whirling in Rags cafeteria itself
in
located?
hell.
We're in the city of Revachol, dear.
Okay.
How would I even begin to tell you? Revachol is the most beautiful city in the world. I haven't seen very many other cities personally, but everyone says so. Revachol is a rare jewel. This city used to rule the world, though it has seen better days. Speaking of history, you know what year it is, yes?
It's a bad year in my late 40s or 50s. I don't know.
There. The year is 51, and spring has only just started. I'm sure there are better days ahead.
The lieutenant studies you, rubbing his chin. I'm beginning to suspect that you might indeed be completely adrift in this reality, thinks the lieutenant. How can it be that bad? Never mind. We're in this now.
I can tell that this is taxing for you, so I'll just ask one more question. What regime are we living under? What mode of government?
It's not a democracy. Why can't you just say, I don't know?
Oh, sweetie. It's really not. There used to be people who thought that way. Other people who wanted those things, but they all went extinct.
Okay.
Revachol is a zone of control led by an alliance of foreign powers called the Coalition. We have almost no government of our own, and certainly no...
But they still have cops.
Okay. Okay, yeah, if there's no government, how do we have cops?
This is troubling. You really ought to know that, being one yourself.
No
there
shit.
aren't any cops in Revachol, not in the traditional sense. The status of law enforcement has been complicated, but we should stop for today, sweetie. You look like you need a break.
She's scared now. She's realized you really are brain damaged.
A defeat, I'm afraid. The people of this archipelago tried to build something new, something different. The rest of the world didn't like it, so they came and ended it. This was 42 years ago. Of course, sweetie, I really don't know.
I'm just a poor woman, she thinks. What do I know of these things? And how can I help you?
Someone more educated in sweeping matters. Maybe you...
No. I'm not an encyclopedia. I won't be a guide either. I'm...
Of course. Then I don't know. Someone rich, maybe? Wealthy people are educated. Though I don't know where you would find a wealthy person in Martinez. Whatever do you mean? Sequence killers? Oh my. But I think you already have a
A partner who needs you to help him get a corpse down from a tree. I can assure you with absolute certainty, there are no sequence killings.
Now, gentlemen, no need to squabble. Thank you, but Martinez isn't. Perhaps another time.
Okay, that's some good information. Alright, thanks. Now I would like to know where the fuck to go, please.
Can I help you? What thing? What are you, a cook now? That's none of your business. He wasn't pan-fried, he was lynched. What could the kitchen possibly have to do with... Fine, okay. The kitchen is closed until 1 p.m. because the cook is working. You can snoop around after that, if you must. Yes, not the whole damn union, thank God. Just the nastiest and loud... They come here in the evenings. Dumb, unruly types. Think they're big shit. But they're good customers.
He hates the Union, but grudgingly recognizes its power over him. So he's directing his frustration at you instead. Retaliate.
I don't. I'm simply providing a service, or really facilitating the offering of services to paying customers, and it doesn't matter. I don't have to explain myself to you.
We should find out who this Lord faction is, occupying the booth. Loudness means talkative, and we need info. We don't. We have to wait. They'll show up sooner or later. Men get hungry, even striking men.
There are these things called days. You sleep between them. He's saying they'll come after you've slept. Just making clear you got that.
Thanks.
What?
You feel like you should come back to this thing-based questionnaire if you see anything interesting in the whirling later.
Absolutely out.
Why not?
Absolutely in
the
the question. Your body is ready, sire.
After war.
Kuno's got this.
If there ever was such a thing as an ugly kid, then this is it. He's almost exquisite in his ugliness, like a gremlin.
Oh yeah, nappa gumpy, Kuno! Right in the dick, Kuno! Get him right in the dick!
Love it in the dick.
Fuck that! Kuno, yeah! Right in the mouthhole!
They pay you
This
no
kid's
heed
terrible.
or pretend not to notice you.
Shits himself.
The rake, Kuno! You should throw the rake at him, Kuno!
The fuck does Kuno know what a rake is? Kuno's not a gardener. All right, entertain the Kuno. Show me what you got. What you got there? What you got, huh? Show me what you got.
Irregular speech patterns, overconfidence. Could this kid be on drugs? This warrants further investigation into this Kuno.
Kuno doesn't fuck. Fuck does Kuno care? Kuno's Kuno, pig.
It's always Kuno, never I. Clearly the kid's using the third-person perspective as a shield.
Kuno doesn't do that smart shit. Don't throw that bullshit at Kuno. Kuno knows you're lying. Trying to get Kuno hooked on the book.
The boy knows he has an addictive personality. Admirable insight.
Watch out, Kuno! He's trying to fiddle you! He's gonna put his hands on you!
The thing behind the fence starts squealing, shrilling violent like a fire.
Help! Pig's got Kuno! Help! Rape!
Help! He's got the Kuno, help! Help! He's digging his dick out!
Escalate, Kuno! His dick is out! You're afraid!
Pigs in air, Kuno! Somebody, please!
What the fuck is this?
How did we get here? How did this happen? This makes no sense. There may still be a way out. Just appeal to his reason.
Help! Misters, help!
He's having the time of his life. Total ecstasy. Fuck the pig.
He's flashing Kuno! He's showing his genitals! If you don't help Kuno now, it'll be too late! you sick fat fuck!
The nearly psychopathic way they can slip in and out of the act implies you're not the first victim.
Look.
For emphasis, a ghost is saying this. A shit-eating psychopathic ghost with an ace up his sleeve.
I know you wanted to hit me. You got that I'm gonna fuck that Kuno up look that Kuno's dad gets. The murder look. The rage look.
Relax. He can't read your mind. He doesn't know you were thinking that.
I know what you thought. I'm gonna fuck that Kuno up. I'm gonna shut that shit down. You know what? You should've, because now you're nothing. You're a joke to Kuno. Kuno laughs at you. King Kuno!
This kid's fucked.
The whole charade was about establishing dominance over you. You backing up means he's succeeded.
Kuno turned you into his prison, bitch! You're gonna be in this shit with Kuno!
No, you're not. We can just leave.
Bitch, you're gonna be in this shit with Kuno forever!
A peepo is a type of hat, by the way.
You don't talk to me about my fucking peeper! You don't know where I come from! You're just Kuno's bottom bitch!
Okay, Kuno is kind to his bitch. Ask your questions, but remember, this changes shit.
Click, 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 click!
Shitload pig, what's your question?
Don't tell the pig shit, Kuno!
If I were to want to waste my time, which I do not, I would ask them who he is, how he got there.
The usual being. Have you seen anything out of the ordinary? Or have you seen anything suspicious?
Kuno's fuck imp. Kuno uses the fuck imp for target practice.
He's trying to hide the fact that he doesn't know.
Okay. So you don't
Kuno
know.
knows all kinds of shit.
No.
Kuno's not a snitch, that's all. Trying to make the Kuno sing into the popo phone. Just a couple of pigs sniffing around in the dirt. That seems pretty fucking suspicious to...
Yeah, you tell the faggoty, Kuno!
Looks like you're a fagari now, whatever that means. The suspicious question doesn't really work in antagonistic situations.
Just a couple of...
Yeah, you...
Looks like you're a...
Probably climbed. Kuno was busy down the road when that shit went down. You heard Kuno. Kuno wasn't even in Martinez. Kuno wasn't in Revachol. Kuno wasn't regional. I don't know. Some fucking... Mesk or I don't know. Some other place. Night City.
There is no Night City anywhere. That sounds like the name of a city in some pulp science fiction novel.
Yeah. Kuno didn't smoke him, if that's what you mean.
Thanks, Kuno. That's one name you can now cross.
You're testing Kuno's patience here.
Get lost,
Right, pig? This is where Kuno plays with his little wooden choo-choo. What do you want with it? Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit. Kuno doesn't...
The corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. The face around them does not look human. It's swollen and ready to burst. His lips are fish-like and his tongue like a ball gag in his mouth. You seem to be holding your breath. A cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears stiff. It's letting out an ungodly rot. The smell seeps in, even through your clenched nostrils.
Active decay. It's okay to throw up, officer. No one is judging.
He's about to blow! Cop's gonna blow, Kuno!
The smell is repulsive. It pushes in from your mouth, more instant and more familiar than anything you'd expected. More fever than You feel a great force ringing from your stomach. Your body curls and pushes it out until a pool of vomit lies under your feet and your throat stings from the stomach acid.
Keep it. The hangover is clearly making this worse for you. You could use some ammonia to clear your head. There is Frit nearby, east of the hostel. They usually have a small apothecary. If they don't... There's a greenhouse here, and a gardener with a wheelbarrow on the corner of the whirling in rags. If she works here, she might have something for the smell.
Pretty clever.
Acquiring ammonia will provide a modifier to the white check. Modifiers make checks easier and allow you to retry them.
Kuno, the pig's getting pretty close to me. Looks like it's time for me to go, Kuno. Pig's come to take me in. I'm going away for a long, long time, Kuno. Going away for life.
What's going on there? Fuck are you trying to pull, pig?
Stay away from me, pig. You don't want to see what? I'll die before I squeal, pig. I come from the woods, good Davidu. You don't want to go there with me.
Don't be traumatizing her.
I'll die before I squeal. What's this kid shit?
Get the fuck out.
I'll die before I squeal. Murder what? I'll die before I You don't want to fuck with me.
You can still see the top of her hat from behind.
Fuck does Kuno care? Yeah, like a fucking...
You're lucky you didn't die there.
Yeah. Kuno's got some advice for you. What are you? Like 80, right? Maybe you should...
Perhaps you could compress this negative energy and turn it into some sort of a Kuno-fied non-vomiter. That's right. Turn your weaknesses into conceptual...
Kuno doesn't...
This trash container is locked. There's something in there, not necessarily connected to the case, but still. The body is downwind from here. Maybe you prefer the smell of garbage to the smell of death.
Trash? Food waste from the cafeteria? They lock these containers to keep the derelicts from flocking in. Could be evidence too. We could try using a pry bar. There's one in my motor carriage, or we could ask for a key from the manager of the Whirling in Rags.
He might also have information. This is better than the pry bar idea. An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, Eternite. It's nothing. Someone just left some roofing material. Glad you asked. When junior researcher Olari Tal invented Eternite in the Vartna Polytechnic Institute some 30-odd years ago, he thought it would last forever. Hence the name, Eternite. Sadly, the only lasting thing turned out to be the material's highly carcinogenic effect.
The RCM in Martinez. What can I help you with? Of course. What can I help you with? Sure, I'm done with it. Go easy on that stuff. Of course. Where to? Some shops and a bridge. The canal bridge leads to the coast, but it's broken, I think. Just coast. The harbor gates. There's the pier, the Cape Side apartment buildings, some more tenements. Not a lot, really. It's just water. No, actually, I think that... What do you mean? Yes, sir. District of Martinez.
He knows where we are. He just wants directions.
No problem. Of course. I won't hold you back.
Her gloves. You get the feeling that you need them. You have a dead body to deal with after all.
Sure, keep them. I have another pair.
That sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. It's almost touching how syrupy and sticky it is. How long have you been up already? Sweet Lord, a whole hour. And you haven't thought about rum and lemonade in all that time? You've truly extinguished all trace of yourself. Maybe you haven't turned out well for your drinking. Have you thought about that? Get a goddamn rum and lemonade into yourself, boy. Or better yet, lick that stain. What happened, man? You used to be cool. Go get your boring normal person. Get your drink on and your act together. On the counter, rolled out of his open hand, you see a blister pack of headache medicine. The man does not mind. You probably need them more than he does.
You've just picked up some magnesium. This item is stored in the bottom left corner of the screen above your character portrait. Use magnesium to heal your morale if you have morale damage.
Can I help you? Mine? No, it belongs.
Thank you for clearing that up. Why do you...
Why? To keep the hobos and drunks out. That's why. And the neighbors too. They put that.
I thought as much. And are you the only party with access to the trash container?
Well, yes. Us and...
It seems a little callous, doesn't it? Something stirs in you. Prod at him and find out.
Callous? What are you? Kras Mazov? Almost all establishments in Revachol keep their trash locked.
Krasmazov, nom de guerre, was an economist and a historical materialist. He was a leading figure on the Grad side of the Centennial Revolution, where he headed the 9-day government. Mazov is considered the father of scientific communism, Mazovian thought, or Mazovianism. He killed himself.
God damn, man.
What are we talking about? Was this not about the trash container?
Was there something you wanted? What for? Mazov? Are you planning to nationalize?
It concerns the case. Please cooperate.
Just bring them back once you're done, please.
This trash container with a well-oiled crack, the lock pops open. Don't. Maybe you shouldn't. There is, but you won't like it. Sweat forms on your brow. The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for over a week.
You see milk and egg rest with one broken egg in it. A box falls into pieces in your hands. Batiste, among the threadbare kitchen towels, something catches your eye. As the legs of the slime-covered jeans begin to unspool from the garbage, a rank corpse smell.
The victim's clothes? Cadaverine odor is faint. If these belong to the deceased, they were removed when he was still in the early stages of decay. Drop them in here, officer. Guitar-marked blue jeans. Pockets empty or emptied. He wore them with a belt, too, a white belt. The loops appear stretched, but the belt is missing. That's it. Do you see anything else in there? I have another bag here.
Something slimy catches your eye. A drab, long-sleeved shirt, olive-colored, appears from the food waste, dripping with pus.
This is a military-type overgarment. No label or serial number. This is the kind of rib-knit shirt that's worn over light armor to conceal it in an urban scenario. Anything more?
The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste. A yellow old mug that catches your eye. But other than...
All right. We should go to Gart again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard. Or that one. I'd advise against confronting that force. Not really. All we know is the victim's clothes...
The fuck's he on about, kids?
See?
The lieutenant nods. Then you pick out a broken mug with an oddly racist depiction of only in its social sensibility.
You've acquired an interactable item. Investigate this item further.
It's just organic waste. Nothing. It's nothing. What's this? A blue piece of plastic sticks out from the apple peels. It's shiny. Something larger. A clipboard. A blue plastic clipboard with moist papers hanging from it. They look badly damaged, but you can still...
Officer, is that your paperwork? It is. Look. The plastic has the RCM street grid on it. You've even got an autopsy form in there. If you don't mind me asking, how did this get in the trash? Boring. Try dangerous. You should do a thorough inventory of that. Be sure some has not fallen into the hands of the RCM's enemies, organized crime or worse. Official notes sometimes contain informants' names, even undercover operatives. It would also not hurt to start taking notes on the case. Now, tell me what your eagle eyes see. Or are we finished?
Some items, such as the ledger you found...
The container sounds a muffled gong.
That's one thing off the list. I think we got it.
It's just a racist mug. What's there to read here? Oh boy, here we go. What are you going to say about a broken, tossed-away mug that you dug out of the garbage? But it was in the trash. Why not just call it out when you see it? Or do some volunteer... It's just a racist mug. What's there to read here? It's the ledger you found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from plastic board. Barely. There's a piece of toilet paper. Or is it cleaning tissue? No, it's toilet paper. It's a metaphor. Thank you, waterlogged ledger, for spelling it out for us. Below the pathetics, terror. Do not look into its blue heart. They're not exactly white. They're yellowed in patches by sunlight and alcohol, and covered in dense blue handwriting. Ink escapes into watercolor patterns, reaching its tendrils. Once in a while, there's a red stamp that exclaims, "Case files, commit to paper." The case files themselves are plenty. You count more than 100 sodden, crumpled up, earmarked pages falling apart in your hands. They appear to be sufficiently organized. Work, strife, poverty, the Jamrock Quarter. These are handwritten logs of investigations dating back to January 51, this year. The exact number is hard to estimate due to missing pages and an odd naming convention. But it's the middle of March. You have attempted 2 cases a week on average.
Huh? 2 complex cases to undertake is a lot, yes. You really have to push yourself. I would not suggest it, lest you start making mistakes. 2? That's a lot. I didn't mean to say you are making mistakes, by the way. That was presumptuous of me. That's okay. We all do, sooner.
Like a fan of gills, the checkered papers dry in your hand. The handwriting is extremely dense, if mostly illegible. Yes, it appears you employ a, shall we say, robust yet literary system. Each investigation has its case number written on the margin. A title, one might say even. One that draws inspiration from snoop fiction and vespertine cop show staples. Yes, all caps. One is called The Next World Mural. Another, The Square Bullet Hole Murders. Others appear more light-hearted. The guys on a couch in an unexpected location, and the murder at the Ukar parlor. Even the rare article, it's going to take an effort to piece these case files together, but it can be done.
You mean the alphanumeric? Officer, precinct, time of arrival at the scene? Oh, you mean the titular? Yes, well, so do I. In our defense, almost everyone in the RCM does. It's a holdover from the early days of the RCM, right after the revolution, when the organization had little idea how to do things. It persists in an unofficial capacity. Officers use these titles to refer to their work among themselves. Again, in your defense, I seem to have named one, the man with the hole in his head. That was a real person. His death was real. Still, I named it that. I pray his loved ones never find out. Rail spiked through the head. He died.
There is, for precisely one more. 15 pages near the end remain untouched by the damage. The checkered grid forms once all the tasks are accomplished, the case is complete. Like a fan of gills, the checkered papers dry in your hand. The handwriting is extremely dense. If mostly, you don't exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. They're a little further from your nose now. It's proving to be harder than expected. You just don't have the intellectual rigor to patch them. In the back, you see thin, translucent copy of paper. Some neon yellow, then rip them from the binder and hand them out, according to type of form. 3. The topmost are misconduct fines. The middle ones are station calls. You don't have to be an intellectual giant to do police work. A dozen pages of thin copy paper, bright red in color. You see the parameters of a deceased human. These are quite sinister in tone. They give a date and time for the person to appear. A monetary penalization ranging from 20 to 250 real. But they appear. Yes, all that remains now is to fill those forms and hand them to people. The rest of the stinking cellulose is much worse for wear. An aluminium block runs the width. The surface is interrupted by a silvery sticker. It's...
What? That thing. It's a halogen watermark. We use it for adding information to RCM property. Any capable light with the right wavelength will do. All RCM vehicles have headlights designed to reveal halogen watermarks. Mine too.
The lieutenant would rather not have you rummaging around.
It depends. Aside from...
Maybe yours will have how many years you've been on the force, he's thinking. It'll have that.
Okay.
while a bunch of sodden papers. It's made of dark blue plastic, hard enough to beat someone to submission with. Blue. The blue heart. Don't look into it. Something rattles inside, ever so lightly. Is there? Permeables. It's not hidden per se. The compartment is made for permeable materials that would get damaged if the plastic shimmers like lapis lazuli. With your hands, you 4-sized pages hang from the clip, screwed to the top of the board. The acidic stench of rotting food is rubbed off. It's just toilet paper sticking to the back of the plastic clipboard. You can take it off if you want. Still wet, the toilet paper peels off the plastic easily. All you have to do is shake it off with your finger and voila! The ledger now looks marginally better. Arson, petty theft. You don't exactly... It's the ledger you found in the trash. A cabbage of papers hanging from the board, with the permeables drawer inside. Thin, see-through copy of paper. A dozen. These are a monetary, but they appear pleasantly vague. The rest of the stinking cellulose is arson, petty theft, spousal abuse, yes, a title, one might say even. Yes, all others. It's going to take an effort to piece these case files.
You mean the alphanumeric? Officer? Oh, you mean the tip? It's a holdover from the early days of the RC. Again, I pray his loved. Rail spiked through the head. He died. It was work.
There is. Once all the tasks. Sadly, the ledger only comes with an... The lieutenant looks at his blue notebook. He is not really saying anything. Just...
Know that I give this to you with resentment.
The tasks you've completed flow out of the blue oblong pen in a brash freehand, uncannily inspect the victim's body. Interview the cafeteria man. It's not exactly poetry, but poetry would be out of place. A satisfying slash sounds across the paper. Things to be done and things...
No, actually. Any ideas? Great. That's great. That's actually what I was thinking too. The Hanged Man. Good, strong name. We have a very good name for the case now. I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man. It's good we sorted this out.
You don't exactly close them, so much as a distance. Yes, at last, you find a way to piece them together using the alphanumeric code on the margin. HDB 41, date of initialization and time of arrival on the scene, followed by the title. For example, HDB 41120111700. The next world.
Yes, 41 was the precinct that...
Why, yes, your precinct number is 41.
And
Every
HDB.
last alphanumeric in the files begins with it. And these are your case files. It's safe to say HDB are your initials.
I
got
say
nothing
that.
here either.
Yeah.
Logic really isn't the best faculty to have. Yeah, we're staying out of this business for now. HDB is bad news. It takes about half an hour to piece one together using the system you've devised. Where do you want to start? This one is relatively easy to reconstruct. Overnight on 1202, a graffito, nay, a mural, appears on an 8-story cause of failure. Rent too high. The mural is enormous. 2 silhouettes, true love is possible only in the next world. People call it that thing and that fucking thing. It's visible for miles. In 2 days, the station's complaints, the graffito crew is easy to track down. Only the case files do not show you finding the author of the design. The crew agrees to clean up after themselves. However, your partner, JV, is the 9,000 people subjected to the mural's message, all of Lakeside, Central Jamrock, and Villalobos, plus half of the eminent domain, participate in the vote. Although the case begins with what appears to be a lot of rambling on the streets as to how juvenile and stupid the mural is, given a choice between 2 options. A staggering 78% of voters choose to keep it. Turns out the opposition were a loud minority, and that love truly is possible in the next world for new people, and it is too late for us. No one cares what you believe in, man with the smelly toilet ledger. What do you want to tackle next? Or are we done? AKA Leslie and Burke. AKA the public indecency drunk and the property damage drunk is a cursed case. It has been passed from unsuspecting officer to unsuspecting officer for 10 years. On January 29, the unsolvable case made its way to you. Why you accepted it is unclear. Every officer, and indeed most civilians in Jamrock, know it's unsolvable. Leslie will always take his pants off when he's drunk. Burke will always trash everything. It's just what they do. It is their nature. You cannot change. The only way for Leslie to stop displaying his genitals and for Burke to stop attacking things would be for them to stop drinking alcohol, which in their 40s or 50s, it's hard to tell because of their distorted features, threatening fines, dragging them to the station. It's plain to see from the files that you, Satellite Officer JV, and Special Consultant TH had more important cases to attend to. You uncover cross-reference to several ongoing investigations, each brought to a standstill every time you drive down Main Street. Because there they are, on the corner of perdition. And good, you're learning. If the files are to be trusted, that's all there is to it. That and Burke breaking things, and the fact that they're both drunk. But then again, so he must have it confused with the property he likes to damage. But the joke's on him. You're drunk out of your mind on potent Pilsner. You slam in the process, the ledger sustains damage. The compartment within, reserved for permeable documents, is jammed shut. You stop your assault on the now unconscious Burke to open it. But he came at us, and at us. I think he was trying to kill Burko. While trying to kill Burko, you slowly come around. The permeables compartment is open. You've smashed it open on poor Burko's kneecaps. The good news is, Burke can't walk anymore. Can't get out of his apartment, an invalid. Which is also why the officer responsible narrowly escapes a disciplinary hearing. It would be very That's all you got. Who knows? Those pages are missing. What next? Don't worry. One day you may still catch the man with the square gun. Some assholes brought their couch outside and hung out on it. In the middle of the street, on the roof, on the hill. Insufferable dicks. They were leaving it at cigarette butts. No, you didn't have murder. Tum. At the Joseph Mills didn't get off the pot. No, he was awful. Okay, so the case is handed to you because Mills isn't getting anywhere, and you look into it. Yeah, so no one at Mills has no one. See? You can't even read the thing without solving it. Yeah. Smoking hookah. Didn't you? Not much has changed in the meanwhile. still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body... Before you stands a motor carriage. This must be the... In the cabin, you are welcomed by a set of steering levers, a radio microphone on a hook, a pull-out...
All right.
He's down playing his... The dashboard lights up, the lights unfold with a little click.
There you go. I'll turn them off from the remote once you're done. We just need to stand in front of the machine.
A metallic drawer slides out from...
Take what you need, officer. It's going to be a long case. I'm not protecting...
He's clearly a little protective of his tools. But what can he do? Work is work. It's robust, weatherproof, and well lets you see things in the dark you would otherwise miss. The pry bar feels nice and cold in your hand. The handles are long and sleek. The pull-out toolbox slides back into its nest. As you hold your ledger's clip under the headlamp, an iridescent hologram appears. A street grid and the veins of a great river.
There she is. Revachol West.
Around the borders of the watermark are dozens, no, hundreds of micro-perforations. There are many of them, and they are divided into 3 separate rows. The first row has 18 dots. The next is the longest. It runs all the way around the border, and then some. You count 216 perforations. Considering that nice, large number, a wave of pride washes over you, though you can't say why precisely. The last row has 3 perforations. That's it. The rectangular watermark is overlaid with the logo of the RCM, and yet the major arteries of Revachol are all recognizable. They shimmer in the Kanema's headlights. A rat brazenly darts past you and disappears amongst the stopped lorries. In the distance, a child somewhere...
Ah, Martinez. Let me see. Right here. No, it does not. Those are perforations. They represent your record as an officer of the RCM. They are your statistics, as it were. I should have guessed you'd keep a record. Officers often do. Let's take a look.
Alpha male officers who are proud of their numbers.
The first row represents your years of service. 18 years. Okay, not bad at all. What did you do before you volunteered? Fair point. Let's please next row. The one that wraps all the way around is your number of closed cases. Closed is good. It means finished. You've got, wow, more than 200. It's quite a lot, even for someone who's been on the force for nearly 2 decades. Usually, clearing more than 10 cases a year puts you in the 90th percentile of all RCM officers. Right. Those are your confirmed kills. You've got precisely 3 perforations there. For an RCM officer, especially Precinct 41, which is in the Jamrock quarter, it's rather tame. I mean that in a good way. There are certain officers who treat their kills like some kind of ghoulish game. If they do happen to solve a case, it's usually by accident. But it seems as though you are, or at least were, one of the good ones. So we have that to be thankful for. Yes.
It's not a problem for him to state it, however. The lieutenant nods.
Right. I'll go turn off the lights.
You can now see your statistics on your journal page.
Lonesome, long way home. Here we go. Home awaits. Walk past Station 41 and through the market, past the Boogie Street spearhead to the other side of the lake, the frozen eye at the center of the district. Then past the video rental store on the corner. There, at the end of a street lined with pine trees, a small house no larger than a matchbox. 11 Voyager Road. You no longer live there. Those times are gone. And so are those people. Why did you come here? Why are you still here? And where's the dealer? You have to get back to work. That's all you have now.
Be right back.